Hi everyone, it's Keela here for Soy and Shea, and thank you so much for joining me for today's soap making video. Today we are doing Thai lime and dragon fruit, and I'll be using those really cute little embeds that I made in the midweek video to decorate the top of this soap. I'll leave a link up in the corner if you are interested to see how I actually created them. Now the lime aspect of this soap comes in from the Hydrosol that I am using as part of my liquid component as part of the lye solution. I made my own hydrosol after a friend gave me some Kaffir Limes. I have a copper still, so I put the limes through the copper still with some spring water, and I ended up with this beautiful aromatic hydrosol, which really complemented the fragrance oil that I used in this soap, which was Thai Dragonfruit. So let's go and see how I made it. Alright, so I think I am ready to get into my soaping. It's been about 4 weeks since I've made any soap. In fact, it's probably been even longer than that. It's been so busy. I looked the other day and everything on my cure rack is basically cured and ready for wrapping, and there's nothing else on there that's even semi ready to go. So definitely been a while since I've made any soap. Today I am going to be using Thai Dragonfruit from off of iLux, and I've got that all measured out here. It's got notes of leafy green, dragonfruit, citrus zest and floral. Now what I've got in this container here, I had a friend from market. He runs Jasper in a jar, and he makes all chutneys and sauces and all sorts of different delicious things, and he asked me if I could use some Kaffir Limes, not just the leaves but the actual fruit, because he was overloaded with them and you just can't cook with them. And I said, yeah, I can turn it into a hydrosol and put it into a soap. So that's what I did. He gave me the limes, and I've popped it through my copper still, and I've got this beautiful hydrosol from it. And this is basically a distilled water with the lime botanical go through it. It looks like there's something floating on the top. There were some leaves in with this mix, and that is just some of the essential oil that comes out of it as well. So this smells really good, and I'm hoping that this will really add to the fragrance oil as well. So I've just poured that into my oils. I'm going to give it a bit of a mix, and then we're going to put in our lye water and then split it up for the colours. Oh wow, just the smell of that hydrosol in here and that tiny amount of essential oil that was floating on the top. This smells absolutely amazing already. I know that if I was just to make the soap like this, that smell probably wouldn't last through the saponification process. So we will back it up with just a little bit of that fragrance oil. In this container here, no, that's not colorant, that is poppy seeds. So I'm going to pour some of this in here, and I'm going to color it with titanium dioxide, but when I blend that in, I'm going to use the stick blender to help pulverize some of those poppy seeds so that they're not so rough. In this one I have got some Hello Spring, which I got in from Off Nurture soap, and I do know that this one goes a really funky looking green, but it does come back to this brilliant vibrant green color. What we might do is pop that in there so we don't get the color, because my main base I'm going to be coloring with this concoction. I wish I could tell you what it was, but I just kept adding different colors until I got to the color I wanted. I think I've put in a bit of Flower Girl, which is another one I got in from Off of Nurture soap. I've put in some Fandango Neon. I put in a little bit of purple just to get that sort of purple color. I think I put in some Cherry Bling. There was all sorts of colors. I just kept adding little bits at a time until I ended up with this really, really bright magenta style of pink. And that's because when you look at dragon fruits, they have this gorgeous, gorgeous pink color to them. So I'm going to get all this scraped out. I'm going to mix these colors up, and then we'll go and grab the mold. Wow, look at that pink. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to replicate that one again, but that is gorgeous. Right, so what I'm going to do is actually pour my fragrance in this one and see what happens. I'm going to pour almost all of it and see how it behaves. It smells quite good. It's a bit funny when it comes out of the bottle. It doesn't smell nice at first, but it does actually have that really nice sort of fruity smell now it's out in the air. It looks like it is playing nicely, we'll say for now. So I'm going to risk popping that to one side for a moment. I'm going to pour in some in the green and pour the rest back in there and get that stirred in. Alright, I can see that is thickening up a little bit, so rather than doing a in the mold swirl thing or a drop pour, I'm actually going to do it as an in the pot. So I'm going to come up high and pour my white in. Not worried about saving any of that. And do the same with this green. Yeah, it's definitely thickening up. It's still workable. I'm going to grab the mold. I am working out a bit faster now because this is definitely thickening. You can see it's still pourable. And I promise that really disgusting khaki green colour is gonna come back. Okay, so I've given that a really good knockdown. I have got my stainless steel spoon and I'm just gonna do a bit of a fancy top. So I've got somewhere to put my embeds. I'm thinking this needs just a little bit of gold dusting over the top, not too much, just enough to bring that pink out and also help my embeds stand out against this. And here are my little embeds. You can't really see those ones. So if you caught the behind the scenes video this week, I was making these little dragon fruit pieces using some soap dough. I did also make myself some lemon pieces, and I used the extruder tool from off of I Dream in Soap to make these. If you look carefully, you can actually see the white lines in between all of the segments of the lime pieces. So the lime is more so to represent the Kaffir Lime Hydrosol I added in here, and I'm just going to put one of these huge pieces of lime onto that side of the soap, and then on this side we'll pop one of these little dragon fruit pieces. Okay, so here is the close-up. I'll be calling this one Thai Lime and Dragon Fruit. That Kaffir Lime Hydrosol has just added such a beautiful note to this fragrance oil. The fragrance oil is actually quite fruity now that it's in the soap, but it does have a much bigger burst of that sort of limey scent as well. Really pleased with how this one is looking, and we're going to leave it sit here overnight, and we'll be back very shortly. We'll cut it open and we'll see what colour that green went. Alright, we are ready to cut into Thai Lime and Dragon Fruit, and I can't wait to cut into that. Those swirls are absolutely stunning. Let's get it lined up onto the cutter here. So let's come down there. I need to make sure I'm lined up at the end here, and also making sure I'm not going to cut too many of my dragon fruit. I think I've done a pretty good job of lining them up. may have just tiny little bits that may get a little bit chopped, but no, that's looking pretty good. Let's get all the way through. Missed all those limes, and thunk. I bet a couple of those came loose that time. Let's grab one from out the middle here. And that is the inside. Really like that pink. Not as bright and as vibrant as the dragon fruit pink, but at least that means that my little embeds really sit and off the top of that design. But really like how that's all swirled in there, and it smells really good as well. Getting hints of that lime hydrosol come through, which has really complemented the actual fragrance oil. And I like just how you get these speckles of the poppy seeds all the way through here. Really pleased with that. Love how that Hello Spring goes. That really pretty. It's almost verging on a neon green, but not quite neon green. Let's grab a piece from down here and see what the swirls are like down this end of the bar. So I'm really pleased with how this one has come together. Love the little dragon fruits on the top. So pleased I worked out how to make those, and love how these limes. I did think that after I made this, I really didn't get the dragon fruit and the limes in proportion at all, did I? The limes are like 10 times bigger than what the dragon fruits are, but too late now. We've got them on there and people can make of it as they wish. So there is my my Thai lime and dragon fruit soap. I hope you have enjoyed watching how I made this one. If you did, why not leave me a thumbs up and any comments down below. And until the next video comes out, I hope you have a great one, and I will see you then. Bye.